Wait a minute, I'm going to answer this phone call right quick. Yeah, you got a question?
Yeah, I was listening to the show, and I'm trying to figure out how this equality stuff works.
How what?
How the proposed notions of equality work between men and women.
You're asking me a question. You're asking me.
I'm
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah. Well, it's something that we're going to have to work on. I think a lot of if we have a historical understanding of equality, I mean, it's just like anything else. Are you equal with your brothers? Are you equal with, do you treat your friends equally? And I'm not talking about in a male-to-male sense. I'm talking about respect, justice, no misogyny, deleting pornography, all those things, so you can build up that idea of women as an equal, not only sexual partner, but as an equal partner in life.
Well, are we on air right now, or are we just in the booth?
Yes, we are. We are on air.
Oh.
You're live.
Oh. I'm live. Now, I don't have any issue with recognizing, a woman's, equal humanity, if that's what women are looking for. But, from what I've discovered, women aren't looking for that. They're looking for, equality in the sense of being respected the same as men for what men do, but what women don't do. And I'm like, well, that's never going to happen.
It's like, you got to explain that a little bit more. Explain that part a little bit more to me.
How do you equalize the protector versus the protectee? It's impossible. If you have one person who has, now I don't know what your position is on the responsibilities of men, but if you have one person whose responsibility it is to be the protector or be the provider, then you can never equalize that with the person who is being the one who receives, the protections and the provisions. You simply cannot.
I think there's a delegation of duty. I think there's a delegation of duty and role that it's just like you can't have a baby and you can't be the nurturer that I can be. And there is a role for men in protecting and providing, but not subjugating and marginalizing.
Let me say this. I don't believe that women should be subjugated and marginalized if you put it in the context of a woman being a man's slave. But I'm saying your ability to give birth, which is innate, which is not based on anything that you actually do. It is something that is God-given. It doesn't require anything of you other than to, give birth to the child. It's a biological function. But I won't reduce it down to, let me finish my point. I won't reduce it down to having absolutely no significance, but it is not equal and on par to what men have to do in terms of building, maintaining, and defending the infrastructures of their society. If a woman goes out there and has all the kids in the world that she wants to have, it means nothing if those children are born into a vacuum of space. And you see this with black communities where black men are not building and they are not maintaining, and these kids grow up and they fall victims to the environment where they are not protected and provided for. So regardless of the woman's ability, okay.
Yeah. Okay, but I don't have an argument with you on that, but I think it's a cooperative. See, you're trying to say this is better than this and this is better than this. You wouldn't have that duty to do if you did not have children, and from that, the woman that bears the children in order for the world to continue to go on. It is a cooperative.
I agree. I agree with that. However, since I'm the one that is laying down the foundation, the woman is getting on board my ship. If I don't build it, or if I don't build it with other men, it doesn't get done. For further evidence, I direct you to your nearest black community. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying you're never going to have a situation to where I actually build the structure, okay? It's like take you and your girlfriend. You and your girlfriend, you go off and you build a house, okay? I'm not even there, but yet I show up the next day after you've completed your house. You all are outside wiping sweat off of your forehead like, woo, we just got done. And here I am as the man, I'm reversing the roles. I show up and I tell you that I'm going to have 50% say or equal say in what goes down in this house or this setup or whatever you all set up, simply because I feel that my humanity or my dignity or whatever should be recognized. You're not going to go for that. You're going to tell me to go build my own house with my own group of men and whatnot.
No, I wouldn't tell you that, because I would understand the function and the role of men and women together. That's the difference. I don't look at it, and I wouldn't look at it as a male, and I don't look at it as a woman, as your house or my house. It is a collective. It is a corporate thing. We're working on this thing together. That's women. Wait a minute. Hold on now.
Okay.
That's where the problem, I think, lies. In the African culture, there was never a problem with men and women going along the same roads together. It was only when we got into the system of white supremacy that we started this thing started being divided and conquered. Mm-hmm.
You can't look. I'm not disagreeing with the aspect of white supremacy.
I have.
I'm not disagreeing with the aspect of white supremacy, but you cannot take the whole continent of Africa and sum it up into one holistic African culture that was monolithic and it was all the same. But what I'm saying is this has nothing to do with male, female, anything. This has to do with the fact of, I understand that, but what I'm saying is the aspect of why there is no equality, or there can't be equality, there won't be any equality. Even if you give women a protected position or a valued position, which they do have, even underneath the patriarchal system, because as you stated, without her being the facilitator of that infrastructure, then the man can't continue anything. He can't pass anything on. It would be the annihilation of the earth. But see, if we could. Okay, go ahead. I want to finish my point. I'm saying it's like renting it's like you let's say you bought a car, okay? Mm-hmm. You're paying the note on the car, okay? To have somebody else come through and they're driving the car around and everything else, but yet you're ultimately responsible for the car, you're not going to go for that. Nor are you going to go for any level of disrespect.
Only if I look at now, let me say something. Only if I look at things as if they were my possessions. And that's what I hear from you, that this is mine, and I don't want this. When you look at things in a possessing manner and not in a freer manner, understanding that she is your equal opposite. She is the person that God placed in your life. When in the scriptures, and I'll use this just for, let me finish. I'll use it just for a moment. When they talked about she's being the comforting comforter, she was like the Holy Spirit. When you look up those words in the Hebrew, it is a double word, which means when she comforts, and it is similar to the Holy Spirit in the Garden of Eden. So in that aspect, how can God lord over God?
Oh, all right, I'm not dealing in the spirituality. I'm dealing in the real world and the tangible, and I don't want to devalue what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that it's like the difference between somebody who rents a house versus somebody who owns a house. You notice, like when you drive through a neighborhood, hold on, let me finish my point. Is
the woman the renter
No, wait, I'm not saying she's a renter. Okay. But when you drive through a neighborhood where people are renting versus a neighborhood where people actually own the property, the people who own the property actually take more pride in the property, right? Mm-hmm. Now, women have this conceptual, issue with the idea that women are somehow now their property, or the men own them and things of that nature, but yet they still want men to take the same level of pride as owners of not only women and children, but the household and the community and all that as a whole. And that's simply not going to happen. When men don't have ownership of that which they are ultimately responsible for building, maintaining, and defending, okay, if they don't have ownership of it, then they're going to simply say, well, I don't have anything to do with that, and they're going to walk away.
is your ownership, and I'm just talking about you. I can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to different men, and everybody doesn't think like this. But is your ownership a master servant thing? Because that's kind of like what you're saying. Hold on one second.
It's not really.
I want to get some more people on this conversation. I am not putting you on hold. Let me just click in. Okay. Hello. You want to contribute to this conversation?
I am, and I'm going to try to be halfway decent, and I'm going to try to be as professional as I can, because I am infuriated. And this is the kind of a dogma we hear from men, the kind of disrespect and disregard, and it just comes, it just, I'm so weighted up with anger when I hear this man at the same time agreeing with you and totally disagreeing with you and being condescending to the conversation. And I'm thinking whether or not we have any kind of literacy or we listen to what we're saying. How can somebody in their right sense collectively talk about building a stupid structure that is destructible as compared to the person who is the creator of life? As a matter of fact, how are you going to be creating life and at the same time thinking that you're a master of a stupid building or a stupid structure?
Okay, can I interject?
Hold on. Let her finish, sir. Just a minute.
I'm not in a good mood right now, what you're saying, because you are totally offending me. You have totally offended me with your ignorance, and I'm not going to play into your ignorance. You listen now, because I heard the host listening to you, and I want you to listen to me and go away learning something. The umbilical cord on your navel string is not connected to no man anywhere in this universe or any God anywhere. It is connected to the woman's power, the ultimate power. And I'm not talking as a feminist now, because I'm coming into all of this myself in terms of the knowledge and the power of the woman. And when I hear that, you are nothing but just repeating and regurgitating the same evilness that has been stored upon us for years. When you look into, let me tell you something about building. Men are not the only architects. Men are not the only builder. And let me tell you something. If you can build a house better than I am, I will keep my head, because there's no friggin' thing in a house that I cannot build from the ground to the top, right? And there's no structure, if I put my mind to it, that I cannot do. There are countries in this world, and where I come from, that the women are the entire backbone of the country. The entrepreneurs in the market, the people that do every single thing are the women. Our sisters in Africa, look at the feat that we have done. Now go and do your homework, because you're really blasting me off.
All right, can I respond?
Yes, you can.
All right. See, this is the problem, at the core, is the fact that what many women try to do, and I've had these arguments before, is that you all are taking credit for something that you don't do. Okay, you don't take. Let me make my point.
That's not true. Did you? That's not true. The only reason.
The
only reason.
Can I finish the point? You keep interrupting me. I waited for her.
I'll let you. Yeah, but I'll let you speak a long time too. This is another woman. I'll let you speak a long time too, and we're going to have to agree to disagree on this, because I know that you're not. You're stating your position.
No, I'm trying to explain myself, but you seem not to want to have a conversation about it. I'm not trying to.
No,
I'm not trying to fight.
I'm
not trying to fight with you.
No. I don't think you are. But we have been on the line for a mighty long time, and I'm hoping we're still on the line.
But I'm saying because I'm saying you have plenty of listeners, and I would like to explain my point, instead of having a show where it's just a bunch of women co-signing themselves to death with no male input, but yet they're talking about the incorporation of men participating in the community.
Let's go ahead.
Now, what I'm saying is you have a situation where women are they are taking credit for what they innately or intrinsically do, which is give birth. They were born women. Nobody chose to be a woman, but yet they're elevating themselves to some supreme goddess status because I am woman, hear me roar, because I give birth. I'm not devaluing the fact that women give birth, but I'm saying I have to actually get up in the morning and go out there to put something together with maybe 5 other brothers or something like that, respectively what you see with other patriarchal men in their respective communities. These things have to actually physically be done. If we don't get up in the morning and we don't do it, they don't get done. The other woman on the line, she was just saying, that the women are the backbone of this given black community or that given black community. And in all these communities, when you really look at it, with black people being at the bottom of the socioeconomic totem pole globally, the men are not doing what they need to be doing. And you have women taking credit for being the backbone of a broken situation. They're not protected. Black women are not promoted.
Now let me
go ahead.
Let me stop you right here. We're being the backbone of a broken situation because of certain factors. But let me get someone else on the line. Hold on, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
You have something to add to this conversation?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to throw a couple considerations into this discussion. I think what's being espoused here is a result of the conditioning that we've been under in this country, under not only paternalism, but also capitalism, which has conditioned and taught us and taught men that whatever I build and put together, I should be the complete owner of it, even though I may have profited because of the contributions of many others. But because I'm in the lead, I own this, and that's how this economic structure is made. That's these bankers and all these people that have been ripping people off. They can make all these millions of dollars off of people and claim these bonuses of millions of dollars, where they're the difference between their salary is like something like 800% one for the hard working man, and that's what we've been under. But going back to the African system, if you look at the hunter-gatherer system, the usually, and it's not always, but women would be the gatherers, men would go out and be the hunters. But the things that women gathered and what the men hunted for, when they brought it back into the village, it was shared equally, and no one lorded over one another and said, well, my contribution was more than yours, and therefore I should have more say-so. That's the system that was and it still is practiced in parts of Africa, but that's what we were conditioned to think was evil, and that those are socialistic thoughts or
you really believe
ideas.
that?
Oh, I do. I've been a witness.
No, I'm saying people, they always want to go back to some Afrocentric something.
Well, wait, hold on. This is my show. This is my show, and
okay.
This is what we're talking about, and we're going to stick to the point. And my show is based upon an Afrocentric purview.
No, I understand that.
Hold on, brother. But if you can't stay within the confines of that house that I have made, then we're getting into something else. We're talking about sin makers to bitches. How I got
you. You know what's funny? Your house, your rules, though, right? Your house, your rules. But then you're telling me that when the man builds the house, he can't have his rules. But
no,
your
I didn't
house,
say
your
that.
rules because
I
it's
didn't
your
say
show.
That. I did not
you
say that.
You own the show, right? It's your show.
No, I do
your
not.
house, your rules,
baby,
right?
I don't own Blog Talk Radio, but I'm asking.
But I'm saying this is your show, and you just stated your house, your rules.
Let me finish, son.
Yes.
When we're talking about this topic, and maybe we can
she
open this
up. She wants to talk about
up
disrespect, but yet she calls me son. She doesn't know me, but she calls me son.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. I'm saying it. I'm saying out of love. I'm saying I'm not even like that.
Come on, let's not play that game. But go ahead, continue your point.
Pardon me? What did you say?
I said let's not play that game, but go ahead, continue your point.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to let you go, brother.